Imagine standing on another planet and looking up at the sky, only to realize the sun you've known your entire life no longer looks like the sun at all. On Earth, it's a warm yellow disk, comforting, predictable, life-giving. But across the solar system, the sun transforms into something unfamiliar, sometimes blinding, sometimes tiny, sometimes terrifying. What feels like a single, constant star from our home planet becomes an ever-changing cosmic force when viewed from different worlds. And some of these views are so extreme that they completely rewrite how we understand sunrise. Let's start close to the sun itself. On Mercury, the closest planet, the sun doesn't just shine. It dominates the sky. It appears more than 3 times larger than it does from Earth, burning white-hot and filling the heavens with relentless light. Shadows here are razor-sharp. Daytime temperatures soar high enough to melt lead, while nights plunge into deep freezes. Even more shocking, because Mercury's day is longer than its year, the sun can appear to briefly stop, move backward, and then continue forward in the sky. A sunrise that reverses itself. No earthly experience compares to that. Move slightly outward to Venus, and things become even stranger. From the surface, if you could survive, the sun would look smaller than Earth's sun, but far more haunting. Thick sulfuric acid clouds scatter the light, turning the sky into a glowing yellow furnace. There are no crisp sunrises or sunsets here, just a dim, oppressive brightness that never truly fades. And because Venus rotates backward, the sun would rise in the west and set in the east. A familiar star behaving in an utterly alien way. Back home on Earth, we often forget how perfectly balanced our view of the sun really is. The sun's size, distance, and brightness are so precisely aligned that it appears the same size as the moon, allowing total solar eclipses, an almost miraculous coincidence. From space, Earth's sun looks calm and steady, but this is the exception, not the rule. Earth sits in the narrow zone where the sun is powerful enough to sustain life, yet gentle enough not to destroy it. Travel outward to Mars, and the sun begins to feel lonely. From the red planet, it appears about half the size it does from Earth. The light is weaker, colder, and sunsets glow blue instead of orange because of fine dust in the atmosphere. Even at noon, Mars feels like a perpetual late afternoon. Yet here's the shock. Despite the weaker sunlight, Mars still experiences massive dust storms that can engulf the entire planet, partially blocking the sun for months at a time. A world where the sun is small, yet still powerful enough to shape a planet's destiny. Now step into the realm of the giants. On Jupiter, the sun shrinks into a brilliant star, bright, but no longer dominant. It appears 5 times smaller than on Earth, casting a pale light over swirling cloud tops and monstrous storms like the Great Red Spot. From Jupiter's moons, the sun hangs like a distant beacon while the planet itself fills the sky, reflecting sunlight and sometimes becoming brighter than the sun itself. Imagine standing on Europa, watching Jupiter eclipse the sun, a celestial event so massive it turns day into instant night. Saturn pushes this even further. Here, the sun looks tiny, almost decorative, floating behind the planet's iconic rings. Those rings don't just reflect sunlight, they scatter it, creating surreal glows and shadows across Saturn's moons. On Titan, Saturn's largest moon, the sun is little more than a bright behind a thick orange haze, dimmer than a cloudy day on Earth. Yet even this faint sunlight drives complex chemistry, forming lakes of liquid methane and rivers carved by alien rain. By the time we reach Uranus and Neptune, the sun has lost its authority entirely. From Uranus, it looks like an unusually bright star, providing barely enough light to distinguish day from night. Seasons last decades, and the sun crawls slowly across the sky. On Neptune, the sun is 900 times dimmer than on Earth. You could stare directly at it without pain. It no longer warms, it simply exists. And yet, Neptune has the fastest winds in the solar system, screaming at over 2,000 kilometers per hour. A shocking reminder that sunlight alone does not control planetary power. But here's the discovery that truly bends the mind. No matter where you go, the sun never stops being dangerous. Even when it looks small and weak, its gravity still commands entire worlds. Its radiation still shapes atmospheres, and its life cycle will one day determine the fate of every planet we've discussed. The same sun that feels gentle on your skin is also capable of stripping atmospheres, freezing oceans, and igniting storms larger than Earth itself. So when you look up at the sun from Earth, remember this: it's not just our sun. It is a shapeshifter, a cosmic illusionist, appearing fierce, faint, reversed, frozen, or overwhelming depending on where you stand. One star, many realities. And somewhere in the universe, if intelligent beings exist on other worlds, they might be staring at a sun so different from ours that they would never recognize the one we call home.